When I make a cake like this, everyone asks me for the recipe. Very simple to make and delicious. Here in half a cup of whole milk I will add a tablespoon of white vinegar. I will mix and set aside for 5 minutes. Now in the blender I will add 3 eggs. 1½ cups of sugar. 1/3 cup of oil. I will also add a tablespoon of chocolate powder, 50% cocoa, but it can be chocolate too. And now I'm going to add our milk that we reserved. Finally, I will add a tablespoon of purple food coloring, which will make our recipe even more beautiful, and I'm sure you will love the result. Now just cover the blender and blend well. We have already mixed very well. Now let's move on to the next step. Just transfer our entire mixture to a bowl. Look how beautiful it turned out. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of wheat flour, passing through a sieve to make our dough lighter and easier to mix. Now just mix very well until homogenized and our dough is smooth and wonderful. Finally, I will add a tablespoon of baking powder and mix lightly. Now just transfer all of our dough to a ballerine pan greased with butter or margarine. Look at the most beautiful dough in the world. Our cake will be wonderful. Now just put it in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. While our cake is baking, let's prepare the topping. In a pan I added 250 grams of condensed milk. I will also add 150 grams of cream. And 150 grams of cream cheese. Now let's mix over low heat until it's ready, which I'll show you. Friends, this is the ideal point for our frosting, when we can see the bottom of the pan and our cream is no longer sticking and is very smooth and homogeneous. Now let's move on to the next step of our recipe. Our cake has already baked. Let's unmold it, and this is very easy, friends. Look how beautiful it turned out. Now it's very simple, just pour our cream over our cake. Look what a wonderful recipe. The end result doesn't even look like it was such an easy cake to make. You'll love it. Now let's decorate our cake by adding strawberries around our entire cake, like this. Look how beautiful. We've finished our cake. Now I'm going to cut a piece to try. Friends, this cake looks even more beautiful if you use red food coloring. I used purple because it was the dye I had at home, but if you use red it would be a wonderful red velvet. Now I'm going to take this piece of our cake. Look how delicious it is. The time has come to try our wonderful recipe and tell us how it turned out. My God! It was delicious. It's the best cake I've made this year.